Welcome to the Empowered Spirit Show. This is your host, Terri Ann Heiman. I'll explore the connection to the human spirit in a way that helps to navigate your life, including crisis. I am passionate about helping you to open up to your intuition and the metaphysical world of spirit to find your confidence in your own inner guidance. Take a pause, be inspired, learn ways to show up focused, centered, and more dynamic in your everyday life.
Welcome back to the Empowered Spirit Show. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining me today. As this podcast goes to air, we've stepped fully into summer. July, Cancerian energy, my birthday month, as well as a powerful Mercury retrograde in Cancer and lots of powerful shifts in the cosmos, helping us to expand our consciousness and hopefully reach that tipping point really soon that allows us to live in a more compassionate and loving and peaceful way. Maybe you have felt this too. Maybe you are being asked to go deeper and you have that desire to look within and to make the shifts that you have coming forward for you. You know, we all go through changes. Some of us may stay in the same place for the same time, but really, life is growth. From the moment we're born, we're learning and growing. I'm seeing that through my grandson right now. So we don't have to stay the same, and we can have opportunities to step into that new room. Maybe it's a new job, a new relationships, or maybe you're not even sure what to do next, and maybe you're kind of stuck in a rut, and you don't really know how to navigate these waters, these crazy dives that you're in. Reach out, schedule a spiritual upgrade call with me, and let's talk about your spirit. Let's talk about your intuition, how you process your energy, and how you can use what I call the rights, Reiki, intuition, tarot, EFT, and stones and crystals to help you understand how to make changes and shifts, how to open up to deeper meanings, deeper love for your own self, to use your intuition to feel empowered. We all go through these new aspects of life, but if we keep looking at it and trying from the same way all the time, it doesn't work. So finding new ways to get rid of the repetitive issues you keep cycling through is crucial. So schedule a spiritual upgrade call with me and let's talk, let's chat, and let's see how this work can help you. I often say Reiki saved my life. And tapping saved my business. So these are the many ways that you can also learn these tools, shapeshift your way on your path. I'll be sure to put that link in the show notes. You don't have to do this alone. So a few weeks ago, maybe even a few months ago, I started writing more and more on Substack. And I started writing and talking about really kind of what I was going through, navigating the shifts, how it hasn't been as easy as I thought, and how it has led me to write my next book, Confessions of a Shapeshifter, kind of the working title, but I kind of like it. So last summer was the 10th anniversary of Confessions of a Shower Tapper, the ultimate guide to living your purpose with EFT. And I did write what I was calling then just an ebook. I was confessing from one of the chapters. I'm an emotional eater, which I've talked about. And so I wrote these 10 chapters. I talked about body image, body confidence, and emotional eating, and the ways in which we can be stuck in what I'm calling the gap tapping, pulling all these tools to help us get out of that gap from where we are to where we want to be. So I did send it out to my editor, and she's like, this is really a lot bigger than just emotional eating and body confidence. This is about emotional empowerment. How we can learn to work with those emotions that we don't want to deal with, that we stuff down or jump out of the body and reach for something else. So I've taken a year, and this is kind of what I'm working on, to really get into the whole idea, not just overeating, but overspending, over drinking, over scrolling, all these many things that we do to avoid what it is we don't want to look at. So with gap tapping and the idea of shapeshifting, yes, a shamanic term, we look at the shape you've taken on and how you're operating and how you can shift into a new aspect of yourself. And it's not like we're going to shame that part of us, but we're going to look at what that shape is. And, maybe yours is like mine, emotional eater or spender. And so we're going to begin to unravel these habits from where they are creating that extra stress, like the big credit card bills or not feeling good in your body or taking hours and hours just to get dressed. And I am working very intensely on this book. And so I'm going to have another online class coming up. I do this every year about this time. And I have a master class scheduled for July 28th. Note, this is a new date. The Art of the Shape Shift. And we're going to look at what that shape is. I'll give you a little quiz. We're going to talk about it. We're going to pull it apart so that you can understand more and more what this is about. And then I'll even share tips that you can use right away to help you break that cycle. So go ahead, sign up, join me for the masterclass. So today, I want to share what I have been most recently talking about since we stepped into summer. It's about being in the hallway. As you know, I moved from Alabama to California, and I've been talking about the pause and then the new room, but the hallway is that threshold. The hallway is before you do anything, before you go on stage. Maybe it's the hallway to a Zoom room, or the hallway to meet a date, or maybe it's, just putting on a bathing suit and getting outside for the new season. But we're going to start talking about how it is we judge ourselves, picking ourselves apart and bringing forward doubt that so often gets in the way and stops us. I'm going to talk about a situation for me, and then we're going to use some tapping and some Reiki in our meditation to help you look at something that is going on in your own life. So take a deep breath, and I want you to think about the last time that you stepped into a new room. Where were you? Go back a little bit beyond that. What was it like to be in that hallway before you took that step forward? Just take a moment and think about that for you. Maybe it was the hallway before you got on stage. Maybe it was just stepping out at the country club wearing a bathing suit that you hadn't shown your body for in a while. Maybe it was showing up at a restaurant, meeting a blind date. Or maybe it was that new job where you had to look all great that first day. What was it for you? See if you can come up with something. So I'll just share that most of my life, that hallway was pretty dangerous for me to hang out in too long. Long before anyone else could look at me or judge me, that voice inside my head was already tearing me apart. It would catalog everything wrong with me, my body, my outfit, everything that could go wrong once I stepped on the stage and became visible. So that hallway is where we stand before we step into the light. Many times it even kept me from finding those appointments or canceling last minute just to not have to deal with that, even to find stages to speak on. What is it for you? So one of the things that I've learned through my shamanic studies and the energy I carry in me is the idea of the elements. And I talk about them as a few elements, a few meaning air, fire, earth, and water, an acronym. And if you have my tarot deck, you know I change and use the elements instead of the suits in the tarot deck. I use it in my jewelry as well, because to me it's such an important aspect of what we're made of and how we can learn to balance all those many parts of us. It's kind of like how we talk about Reiki. It works on the emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual, and so do all the elements. So when we are caught in the cycle of emotional eating, numbing out, or body hatred, our elements are out of balance. So let's break that down just a little further. What happens in that hallway? So as I stand there, and maybe you stand there too and notice this as well, the air element is definitely out of balance. Air is our thought and our voice. It's when we're afraid, air becomes a storm of self-doubt. The mind fills with comparison. Nothing fits. I have nothing to wear. My arms are too flabby. The very element that we need to be focused in helping us with our truth instead is using the words against us. And then fire. Fire is the element of passion and power. But when it's distorted by fear, fire turns into performance anxiety and shame-fueled punishment. Instead of stepping forward with the heat and that fire, you make yourself smaller. You diminish that element. So earth. Earth is the element of the physical body. It's our grounding. But when our emotions become too strong, we can feel overwhelmed, and we can also jump out of our body, and then we can turn the earth into our enemy. We use food and alcohol or exhaustion even to build a dam against all of those emotions. We shut down, and we don't even get to process what it is that emotional energy is all about, which is pretty much the heat of that emotional eating and numbing behaviors if you think about it. Now, water. Water's that emotional energy. It's our intuition as well. But when water is out of balance and we're standing there and we're making all these comments and our emotions get huge and we start feeling less than who we are. We don't feel like we're good enough, and then that emotional body just builds and builds. And then we get to where we can't even tell what's our energy and everybody else's because there's so much going on. And then all the elements start to play against each other. The water flows through and breaks the dam, and then the earth stops it. And so we have all this energy crossing over to where we tend to be a mess in that hallway if we can't find the balance. And then as we start to look at what's going on, we start to think, well, the problem's of food. I'll just use more willpower. I'll never eat again, right? How many times have you said that? Or we think it's the wine. I'm going to quit drinking. And maybe we do need to not drink as much, but it's never just about that. And then maybe it's, the problem is shopping. Like you're spending, oh, I'll just look better. Then that credit card bill comes and you're like, what am I doing? But it's not willpower. And it's never just about the food. It's never just about the wine. Both of those, all of those are used to numb us out, to escape from what is really going on. And when we do not really know how we feel because all those elements are all bombarding us, we don't know what to do, we don't realize we're trying to just survive. And it's that shape that we take on that is protecting ourselves from the flood. But your body is not the enemy. It is a messenger. When you reach for comfort, your body is trying to tell you that the water is rising. You're not broken just for reaching for food. You're just trying not to drown, so to speak. So how do we bridge the gap between who we are in the hallway and who we want to be when we step into the room? We pause, we tap, we breathe, we ground, and then we just start to notice. And this is what I call gap tapping. We get into the place where we detach from those emotions and begin to find ways to soothe ourselves and process the emotions instead of stuffing them down so that we can find that presence of who we are right here, right now. So now let's take this a little further. How does all this relate to what you have remembered feeling about standing in the hallway? Let's find a nice, comfortable place, and I'm going to invite you to close your eyes, and we're going to move through a guided practice to bring the elements back into balance. So wherever you are, if you can, go ahead and close your eyes. Take a nice deep inhale, bringing the breath up the body, and as you exhale, call all your energy back into you. And again, inhale, breathing up the body. And as you exhale, breathe all the way down deep into the earth, feeling that connection. And then breathing all the way back up from Mother Earth through the crown into the higher realms. And as you exhale, drop right into the heart, right into that deepest part of your heart, and feel that connection between your spirit and the greater spirit, Source, Creator, God. Know that you are loved, guided, and protected. As we honor all of these elements, the fire, the air, the earth, the water. Take another deep inhale and exhale as we go to call in our Reiki master teachers. We call in those that have come before us for guidance. We call in the angels to open our hearts with love and joy, calling in the crystal beings for amusement and magnification. And now calling in your higher self right above the crown to bring in those messages, connecting to your heart for your path and your guidance. Take another deep inhale and exhale. And now bringing up that situation that makes you feel anxious about being seen, that event, a conversation, or just a thought about getting dressed. And notice where you feel that tension in your body. Taking another deep inhale and exhale. Let all that energy just come up. Feel the anxiety rise to the surface. And we're going to take our two fingers on our dominant hand and we're going to tap right here on the karate chop point and just repeat after me. Tap gently and just say this out loud if you can. Even though I feel self-conscious and anxious about this situation, I love and accept myself no matter what. Even though I'm terrified to get out there and really be seen, I love and accept myself no matter what. Even though I want to hide instead of lead, I love and accept myself. And now moving through the tapping points, repeating again right here at the eyebrows. I want to be seen, but I'm afraid. Side of the eye, I feel so exposed. Underneath the eye, I'm just afraid. Under the nose, I know I want to do this. On the chin, but I just get so anxious about everything. At the collarbone, I just don't feel all that great about myself right now. Underneath the armpits, all this anxiety. Top of the head, I'm just not good enough. At the eyebrows, I never feel good enough. Side of the eye, I'm always judging myself. Underneath the eyes, I wished I looked better. Underneath the nose, I wished I felt better in my own body. On the chin, why do I always feel this way? At the collarbone, I just want to cancel. Underneath the armpits, but I can't. Top of the head, I feel all this tension in my stomach. At the eye, I just can't stop these thoughts. Side of the eye, I just can't stop them. Underneath the eye, I just judging myself so harshly. Underneath the nose, these thoughts are making me crazy. On the chin, I've got to get a grip. On the collarbone, I'll just cancel. I just won't show up. Underneath the armpit, I can't do that. Top of the head, I just want to numb it. Make it all go away. At the eyebrows, I just want to stop thinking this way. Side of the eye, why do I even believe those thoughts? Underneath the eyes, why do I believe I'm not good enough? Underneath the nose, I have to stop this. On the chin, I've got to stop thinking this way. The collarbone, just take a moment right here at the collarbone. Take a deep breath. Just continue tapping right here at the collarbone. Close your eyes and just notice what's coming up for you. Where are you feeling this in the body? What is the mind telling you? What are the thoughts? Do you feel calmer? Less fear? What about the water? Do you feel more of your emotions? So let's continue tapping and see what shifts. Continuing on underneath the armpits, what if I don't have to fight this voice? Top of the head, what if I can just be in there and step forward with ease? At the eyebrows, what if I can trust I have the wisdom I need? Side of the eye, what if I don't have to fight this voice anymore? What if I can just let it be? Underneath the nose and step forward anyway. On the chin, I choose to let go of how I look. At the collarbone and step into what I know. Underneath the armpits, the struggle does not disqualify me. Top of the head, it makes me human. At the eyebrows, I'm allowed to be seen. Side of the eye, I'm allowed to share my wisdom. Underneath the eyes, it's okay to have anxiety. Underneath the nose, I just don't have to fuel it. On the chin, I can tame it. I don't have to listen to those thoughts at the collarbone. I can trust in my own wisdom underneath the armpit. Top of the head, I'm allowed to take up space. At the eyebrows, my body is the instrument through which I live. Side of the eye, and I am enough. Underneath the eyes, I can walk into that room. Underneath the nose, whole. On the chin, complete. At the collarbone, capable and strong. Come back to the karate chop point. I choose to love and accept myself no matter what. Take a nice deep breath and just stretch. Exhale all the way down. Drop into the heart again. Take a moment noticing how you feel. Can you feel a little buzz, a little calming? As you take some deep breaths, yawns. These are good signs of release. And now let's just take this a little further and do a grounding shamanic technique to help you really feel the connection with Mother Earth and to be into your body. So whether you're sitting or standing, just feel your feet strongly on the floor, both feet, uncross them. Feel that connection with Mother Earth. As I begin to invite Reiki right in through the crown, universal life force energy, Hanshin-sei Shonin, Hanshin-sei Shonin, Hanshin-sei Shonin, right in to feel the space around you. Now imagine, pretend, visualize it flowing right through the crown, in through the chakra system. Through your heart, all around you, surrounding you with this compassion and light. Let it move through all the chakras, all of your energy centers. Let it move to those places that you felt that anxiety. Perhaps it is calmer. Was it the throat? Imagine Reiki moving there, clearing, releasing. Was it the self-power right through the solar plexus? Let it release. Was it through the hips, standing up for yourself? And just feel this flow of energy moving all through you, releasing anything less than light, seheki, 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 bringing all of the layers into balance, along with the elements, the emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual. Feel this loving presence of energy moving all the way down to the soles of your feet, deep into the earth. Let it travel all the way down until it feels that deepest connection with the very core of Mother Earth. Feel yourself strong, grounding, anchoring with her rhythm. Take another deep breath and feel this universal energy begin to circulate back up through the body, circulating back down, up and down. And now through the heart, let it open up through the aura, pulling Reiki back into the heart. Let it return to the upflow and the downflow, to the out and to the in. Feel it under your feet, the center of your heart, the higher self opening up for divine guidance, feeling all this energy and alignment. Right here, your power, your light. And let that radiate out all around you. Calm, safe. Take another deep inhale. As we deepen this connection with Mother Earth through the feet, placing your hands right on your thighs, and I want you to just feel this connection. Feel this energy circulating around and around with a slow count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And now you bring your hands up to your hips and feel that support and allow the energy to circulate. 1, 2, 3. And then right up to the heart, gather all that energy, feel your light, and anything less than light, we let it go, release it back to the earth. 1, 2, 3. Take another deep inhale, deep breath, and gathering up all this beautiful, fresh, absolute light, streams of grace coming right back into the heart. Placing the right hand over the left shoulder, left hand over the right shoulder, grounding in your divine feminine energy. 1, 2, 3. Switching hands, grounding in the divine masculine. 1, 2, 3. Coming back into the heart, centering. 1, 2, 3. Feel yourself grounded. Feel yourself at peace, aligning with your emotions, the fire, the air, the earth, the water. As we go to seal it all the way in, all through the aura. Shokure, shokure, shokure. Take another deep inhale. And exhale, grounding. As you're ready, slowly blinking your eyes back open. Noticing how you feel. And the next time you find yourself standing in the hallway of a new room, return to this energy. Nice and easy. Grounding, it could take 1 minute. Tapping will take a minute. Grounding can take a minute. Call Reiki in. Okay, maybe that's 3. But you get the point. It doesn't take all that amount of time. The more you tap, the more you routine tap, the greater you'll create those new neural pathways. The more you'll ground, the more you'll notice the elements within you. Taking one more deep inhale and exhale. So before I close, one more announcement. If you're not familiar with tapping, this weekend, going on right now, Gene Monticelli is having a fundraiser, 24 hours of tapping, and I will be speaking on Sunday, talking about Confessions of a Shower Tapper and how tapping in the shower can help remind you and do this routine tapping I'm talking about. I'll also be sharing a little bit about my new Shapeshifting Gap tapping book. So come join us. It's free. It's a fundraiser. Donate. There are lots of bonuses, lots of gifts being given as well. I'll put the link for that in the show note too. Take one more deep inhale and exhale. Thank you so much for joining me. I am your host, Terri Ann Heiman. To your spirit, namaste. P.S. Come join me over on Substack. I'm building a new community over there.